What's going on, guys? This is Empty Box, and this is AN94 on Caspian border with a completely stacked and obliterational squad. Yes, I just used the word obliterational, and it's not even 30 seconds into the commentary and I'm making words up. You know it's going to be a good one. It's going to be something. Anyways, the AN94, that's kind of the first thing I want to talk about. Then I'll talk a little about squad play and my take on it, and the quote-unquote sphere of influence. At least that's what I call it, because I like spheres, even though my name is Empty Box, but I like spheres because spheres are spheres. Fear the sphere. And actually, that's going to be the tagline for my little talk here towards the end, you know. Because you know how I do it. I do one thing serious, one thing silly, and that's what it is. Anyways, the AN94. This gun was buffed in the patch that was way back when in like December. Oh my god, that's such a long time ago. Who knows what's going to happen in the February patch that I am still waiting for before I get back to Battlefield, you know, full time and be like, this game's amazing! Because I know it's going to happen because I have full faith in DICE, because the patch last time just completely upped the ante in this game just amazingly. So if we get another patch like that, which I think we're going to, given the time taken, we're set. We are going to make an improvement here. Anyways, the AN94, it was buffed. I had done a video just like a week before that, and a lot of people were like, "Oh, Empty Box, the AN94 is the best gun in the game. What are you talking about? I one-burst people from across the map on Wake Island all the time." And you don't, because that's not even possible. First of all, even in hardcore, you can't do that unless the guy was damaged, in which case that means absolutely nothing. But a lot of people have been, I guess they've discovered or learned about the fact that with the heavy barrel you get a 100% reduction in spread. Now, let me tell you why that's still a complete stupid attachment to bother even using. Even though it sounds like, oh yeah, complete reduction in spread, basically my gun's completely a laser beam. Well, you also get the increase in recoil, and the thing is, in Battlefield 3, the bullet is accurate on the first shot of the burst. So obviously where you point your sights is where your bullet's going to go on your first shot, you know, except for travel time as well as bullet drop, which applies to all bullets, of course. But then you're going to have, you know, your next bullet is going to be affected by spread. However, with the AN94, you're only going to be firing a 2-round burst, ideally. I mean, if you're using full auto now, obviously previously before this patch, full auto was really the only way to even use this gun, if you ask me, because this burst mode just had way too much recoil, way too slow of a fire rate to actually be useful, honestly. But anyways, that second shot is not going to be very much affected by spread. Spread builds up more over time. Your bullet's not going to be going everywhere like it would with a LMG, for example. So really, you're just giving yourself more recoil for not very much advantage. And with the burst fire, you obviously want to keep your muzzle on target. So personally, I think it's a complete waste, and even though it's supposedly the best heavy barrel attachment, it's actually not useful. But stick a 320 buckshot on the AN94 and give that a go, though. That's what I'd suggest. Even though I said, you know, you want to keep the recoil low, so you'd think you'd want the foregrip, but I don't know. I think they switch out at the same speed anyway, so you could probably run a foregrip. But I just wanted to have something underneath my gun that's not foregrip, because I'm sick and tired of seeing a foregrip on my gun. Because I'm sick and tired of seeing a foregrip on my gun. Anyways, that's not all I want to talk about. I want to talk about squad play here, and this squad, besides the fact that, like I mentioned, we were obliteratory, I think was the word I used. We were just absolutely stacked. I mean, you've seen the score here. It's at the end of the game. Congratulations, you guys had no chance. Assert that dominance and just make sure they all know what's going on here. But that's what that is. But you'll see, if you follow around on the minimap this game, if you haven't, or you know, you don't pay attention to it when you're not playing, you'll see that several times we are all making a coordinated, semi-coordinated push towards the flag. I think they were probably in TeamSpeak because they're all in the same clan, but I play on their server all the time anyway, so they know who I am, and I've played with them several times, including Woot Loops, who's a jet pilot, jet whore. Yes, I just said that. Anyways, and he knows it's the truth. Hope he does, at least. But they might have been in TeamSpeak. I wasn't. You know, I'm not a guy in TeamSpeak. I'm never on the mic, even though someone will say, "Oh, you can't play team play. You can't play team play." I think this kind of just goes to show you the importance of playing with your brain and knowing where your squad is and understanding where they are, what their sight lines are going to be, what portions they're covering, and where they're going. Obviously, Kool-Aid, he was popping down the attack and defend orders, you know, basically every single time. As soon as we cleared out a flag, he, you know, point out the next flag, hit Q and go. Some people have had this strange twisted view. I've seen this in many games, but not any that I've posted recently as far as I can remember, but where they think that basically for squad play to actually be squad play, you have to follow them around, like basically you have to like have like a 3-meter spacing or something, you know, and that's completely defeats the point. All you're doing by bunching up is just making yourself an easily, you know, multi-kill, which I like. I like when you all bunch up and give me multi-kills, I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, squad play, you should not be standing on top of your teammates. You should not be, you know, following them around in each other's back pockets like, okay, I got this guy on the left, I got this guy on the right, you know. Oh crap, we're both dead because we're standing right next to each other like a bunch of morons. You know, just, that said, you do want to definitely kind of stick with them and be aware of how far away you actually are from them, and whether or not you can get to them in time. You know, if you're playing assaults, if you're playing medic, you know, that you can get over there in time to zap them and just and actually when I said zap, I actually made the defibrillation motion. Battlefield 3 has eaten my life, oh my god. But yeah, just be aware of where they are and don't feel like you have to stand right next to them to be playing as a squad, because you'll see right here, you know, basically everywhere we go, going back to that sphere of influence and fear of the sphere, everywhere we go, we leave a captured flag behind us, basically. And that's basically what we're doing, you know. We are, I mean, I know us, we are definitely more competent in attack than pretty much half the team is ever going to be. So, you know, it's more important for us to capture those flags because that's the more difficult portion. Defense is easier, of course. But, you know, just wherever we go, kill people, capture that flag, move on. Everywhere we go, make sure we, you know, exert that sphere of influence, you know, the zone of control. This is my land because I am here, and you are in my sphere, so you're gonna die. And here I was actually getting out to go up here and set up a little overwatch position, but there was another guy there. I completely missed that bright orange triangle over his head and totally failed anyways, but I probably wouldn't have been smart enough to switch to the 320 buckshot because I'm a moron anyways. But that's that, and look at those scores. That's a one squad beatdown. Alright, bye.